Someone did the
welcome.
intro.
Now I don't want to talk
Welcome
about
to the
You can really tell that Michael has no clue what he's
It's
doing.
your
It's
host,
been a minute.
Dingster Daily. Let's get right into this podcast.
This
is episode 7, I think.
Yeah,
This
No,
episode-
episode 8.
Oh, for
It's
fuck
episode
off!
7.
Are you even
We did this
recording,
last
Michael?
time.
Yeah, I'm recording.
Okay.
I've been
I was like
recording
in the
for
first
30
podcast
seconds.
episode, and the second episode, and then now the 8th episode.
This episode is sponsored by
Yeah,
Honey.
it's actually the 7th episode.
Is it actually sponsored by Honey?
Yeah,
Yo,
Is anyone here sponsored by Honey?
you
No,
can you
I
can
have a
save money with
code.
Honey.
Where the fuck is my money?
Stop giving them free advertising.
It's also sponsored by MeUndies.
Fuck off! We don't have these sponsors.
I have one of those sponsors.
It's also sponsored by Prime Gaming.
This podcast has been sponsored by Burger King.
Mm-hmm.
You've just
Fuck
burgered.
that.
I don't
This
want.
podcast
Can
of
we
3 other
restart?
people to get unburgered?
Can we restart?
I mean, Michael, you're probably the one editing this. You can choose what to keep in and out.
Yeah.
Can I
you
restart?
can literally. Sure.
I don't give a
Michael, you're the fucking host, bro. You're the one who's going
I
to
don't-
tell us
I-
what to do.
I've not
I
been
made a
here
fucking
for.
intro.
I've not been here for a month and 2 months. What the fuck do you
You're-
mean I'm the
You're not
host?
Yes.
supposed to be here. You're supposed to be on vacation for like another 3 weeks that you haven't missed streaming in a week and a
Welcome
half.
to the Team Chug Air podcast. I'm cutting Bird off because
Whoa.
they're talking shit on me.
Because I'm exposing you.
Yeah, fuck you, Michael.
Hello.
You chunk arrow side character.
Hello.
you-
No.
You're a side character.
Stop. Okay.
Yeah, Michael, we moved you down to the B team.
No, that's not.
Damn,
allowed.
it's here, right?
Anyway,
Let me just quickly fix your rolls. There we go.
Nah, Michael's in the M team.
That's
for
fun.
Michael.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, hello. How are you guys? We are not sponsored by Honey.
Michael,
that's
why
the
don't you
new
fix
bit.
that?
I don't know because they haven't contacted me. Anyway,
I can do that.
you contact them. I
You
want.
gotta hit him for raising the bar for Michael.
Yeah, I'd be down. Wait, I got excited about raising the bar. That's the bit. I'm sorry. I
Wait,
was like,
Michael,
hi.
is that how you do sponsors? You find you don't just like email them?
Huh?
Usually they email you, right? Like,
Nah, that's not how I do it. I
He
find some
harasses
random,
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find some random company and I just DM them like,
I
yo,
fucking-
these are my stats.
how do
you
you-
wanna give me money? And
how
they're
do
like,
you
"Yeah."
Sponsor me.
How do you think Olive Garden gave me a gift card? I fucking built their shit in Minecraft. And
You simp for a restaurant, bro.
Mhm. I fucking-
Yikes.
because you know someone who works there.
And
I
you
got,
even
like,
put 2 llamas
I
into it.
literally probably ate like $300 worth of food with that pasta pass. Like I made bank essentially. And the
Could have
only
stole it, man.
the only fucking stipulation on that pasta pass is you have to go in and like spend like the minimum amount. So I just kept getting like a drink and that was it. So I'd get like a drink. I'd like go in, get a drink, and then I'd fucking get like a pasta, like a fucking entire meal. And then after that, they bring you the receipt, and the receipt's only like 20%. Or it's only like $3. It's like $3, right? So like I'm supposed to tip like 20%, but if you tip like $1, you're an asshole. So
That's literally how we do it in Germany.
I'd
though.
spend-
We tip like $2 max.
Hey, they
wait,
don't
you
tip in
guys,
some
you guys tip?
Yeah.
It's like to be nice, you tip like $1 or $2 just to like round out the sum.
See, and when I was told that by one of my friends who lives in Amsterdam, and I don't know if this is fucking true, but they told us whenever we were supposed to go to Amsterdam, they told us not to tip at all.
Really?
Yeah, because it was
I don't
considered.
know how it is in the Netherlands, but here in Germany, it's still rude not to tip.
Somebody
but,
can correct me in the comments, but yeah, they told us if we tipped in Amsterdam, it was considered a fucking like. It was considered like.
Felony.
Yeah, they'd fucking
going to
lock you
jail,
away
buddy.
and throw away the key. No, they.
No,
They-
Michael.
They just told us that it was it was basically like, oh, you need this more than I do.
Mhm.
Like that's
Michael.
what it was.
yeah, can you
The
imagine?
thing is, that might be true for like other Dutch cities,
Mhm.
but you should consider that Amsterdam has millions of German tourists every
True.
year.
Okay.
Can you imagine needing money? That'd be
For
crazy.
for some
that's
legal
probably making them
reasons that work in Amsterdam but not in Germany. Anyway,
Yeah.
The
No.
thing is, we just tip like our $2. We don't give a fuck, and they are used to it.
Do you?
Let's say
but
it like that.
do you tip like?
Everybody in Amsterdam is speaking German at this point, dude, and they are tipping like Germans.
But okay, so
Because
like,
they
do
are.
you do?
Oh
do,
god,
do
they're
you
being
guys?
converted.
Do you guys have like the fucking like the 20% rule? Like, is that like no?
Nah, we literally just tip to round out the
So if-
price. For example, if the meal is, let's say, $18.30, we usually tip $1.70 to round it out to 20.
Oh shit! So you just round up to like the nearest thing. You don't fucking like. So if your
We
meals.
just-
So like, let's say
Yeah,
hypothetically,
yeah.
if your meal is $100, how much do you tip?
Yeah.
How much do you leave?
I would leave 105
God damn!
because that's like $100. $100 is a lot.
Here, that's fucking robbery, though, dude. Like,
Yeah, in America, it's like you don't like lowest you want to do is 15, highest is like
It's
20.
almost
15
like-
20
cents. Yeah, 15
It's
Yeah,
almost
of your
like
total bill.
waiters in Germany actually get a
Get
consistent
paid,
amount
yeah.
of money. Actually get paid
Yo,
by the
anyone that
restaurant.
anyone that tips is an asshole.
Fuck 'em.
What?
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you
I've
have
never
this money,
tipped an
you just
Uber
bought
Eats
me my
driver.
food and catered me. You
I-
don't deserve
Exactly.
shit.
It's it's been like
That's
this.
a joke, by
it's
the way,
been
before
like-
anyone's just
That is a
writing
joke.
us,
The
like,
reason we tip here is so
scathing
fucking
comments.
We love
interesting.
waiters and waitresses here.
Because the reason we tip in America is so fucking interesting. It was about like prohibition and shit and like speakeasies, and then you'd get better service in them and whatnot. You'd get like a room
I've
like
been a
closer to the
server.
exit. Huh?
And it sucks. I've been a server
yeah.
and it sucks. Yeah.
And
It's
how much-
interesting because like you'll like serve people like over $100
Mizuki.
meal. Yeah.
Mizuki, on how much RAM do you run as a server?
No, shut up.
The fuck up.
But continue with what
Gets dick
continue
fucked.
continue
Oh.
continue with what you're saying.
I was just gonna say that like a lot of people in America, I feel like have the mentality of like, well, it's not my responsibility to pay you; it's your like manager's responsibility to pay you. And it's like, well, I make like $2 an hour, buddy.
Well, and I agree and disagree to some
Yeah.
extent because it is like you sit there and like, especially with COVID right now, people aren't getting tipped. People just aren't fucking getting tipped right now because 90% of places are dining. And I'm gonna tell you now, I'm not fucking. I heard that. Jesus,
Why the fuck is your cat trying to kill you, dude?
I'm not.
I have
fucking,
2 cats.
Like I
What?
will. And I don't know if I'm an asshole here. I don't know if I'm an asshole, but and I've talked about this on stream. There's a local Mexican place that I go and eat at. And yeah, it's
Here
it's
we go
it's a
again.
them problem. No,
Here we
no.
go again.
Hold on, let me
No.
get prepared real quick.
No. So there's a local
Get
Mexican.
served by Luna, excuse me.
There's a
Fuck?
there's a
come out
local
of
Mexican
sombrero
place,
poncho.
and they don't. Whenever you order like to go, they don't expect a tip. However, fucking Applebee's, a mega corporation, does. And I don't fucking get
Applebee's
that.
follows me on Twitter.
I don't
Stalk my nuts.
I don't fucking get that though. Like, am I stupid to think that Applebee's should be footing that bill if the local Mexican place can fucking handle it and they're not a mega corporation? Like, am I a fucking
No.
asshole?
That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because if I'm going in and just grabbing the food that nobody was waiting on me, like I paid for the gas to go and grab the food. I fucking went
Yeah, they
in,
should pay
grabbed
you.
it. They should fucking pay me. Yeah, no.
Exactly.
No.
They should pay you for eating their food.
But it's one of those things where it's like I ordered food on the website and then I didn't fucking tip on the website because I had the amount of money in my wallet, and when I went there I was like, because I'm not eating here, I was curious, like, who gets the money on the tip? Like, I'm gonna tip regardless, but who gets it? And the woman just did not have an answer for me. She was like, "That's a good question. I don't know who gets the money when you order online." And I'm
Shut
like,
up, Applebee's.
so is it not? Well, yeah, that's what I was like, so is it not going into your wallet? Well, I don't know. Let me go ask. And then she like went and asked her manager. Well, the server gets it, but I guess because the server isn't serving you, like maybe everybody gets it, or like maybe maybe the
Here we
cook
go
gets it.
again. Applebee's is reforming the Soviet Union.
No, yeah, but it was just that like moment of fuck you. Like, okay, I'm not gonna order from Applebee's anymore. Like
Ever again.
No,
Yeah,
like,
that is pretty shitty.
Like,
in that
it's-
regard.
yeah, because it was just like I won't order Applebee's on the phone anymore. Like, I'll just fucking go in and sit down. Like, that's the way I'll do that. Like, because I don't know, it makes it confusing. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
they
guess if we're
also.
talking. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say real quick. They also don't get enough as is, so that's
Yeah,
even
no.
worse.
Well, and with this shit, that's been the big question because I have a lot of people who like do serving and whatnot as like right now, and they're saying like we're not getting paid tips, so essentially the restaurant is having to prove that they have enough money to keep us, or they just fire us. And there's like no fucking middle ground. It's really weird. It's really fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
We
Now
don't
onto
really
a
tip that much in
lighter
the
hearted
UK.
topic of people not losing their jobs.
Dying.
Yeah. I don't know though. It's tipping in other countries always seems scary though, especially like with the Amsterdam thing. I just remembered that I was
Yeah, you should.
yeah.
The
I know in-
scariest thing for me is tipping in the US. You know why?
Why?
Because I don't want to pay 20%.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if you don't, you look like an
You
ass.
should not
it's
be
like a
scared
lose-lose.
to tip outside the US because people are going to love you if you tip them 20%, dude.
Well,
They are going.
I know
to kiss
in
you
I
on
know
the
in
mouth.
Japan they actually don't accept tips in most services because
Yeah.
they're of the mindset essentially
Yeah,
that
true. But I mean, you
they-
can
you
just
don't
like
need to
Google
pay
it
for
if
their
you're not
service.
sure. Just like Google tips Amsterdam
Yeah.
restaurants or
But that-
whatever.
That's because in Japan they actually give a shit about their workers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna
Like their
say,
conditions and money.
I was
will
gonna
say,
say it
for-
almost.
they do that everywhere, and like
No.
Not really.
I'm talking right now. I just can't hear anything.
outside the US.
no.
It
Big
feels
corporations don't care as much about the
in the
their
US
employees.
especially. Yeah,
do you
it feels far more like a kind of like respect thing, like how they treat their employees or whatever.
Well, it's just because I mean I said it already, but the thing here is that it was all because of prohibition and whatnot. Like that's what people like tipping in this country goes back to prohibition supposedly. So like there's this whole fucking reasoning of like, oh, we don't tip because restaurants and places that served alcohol couldn't make enough money to pay people, so these waiters and waitresses were leaving. And then they couldn't serve alcohol, so they brought them back because the waitresses needed money. And then they would look at the fucking person who was ordering alcohol illegally, and they would say, "If you want better service, you should." Or the person, like the waiter, would say, "If you want better service, you should pay me more." And then they started doing that. The fucking people who own the restaurants realized, "Oh shit, Sally's getting paid by this fucking mafioso motherfucker who's wanting alcohol, and so I don't have to pay her." And then that's why fucking waiters and waitresses get paid $2 supposedly. I believe that's where it comes from. It's weird. America's fucking weird though on that. I don't know that there are many countries that tipping is a mandatory thing and not just a nicety.
I'm not sure. The only country I know about that is actually America.
Yeah, and that's what I'm, because tipping here is mandatory. It pisses me off
that's the
though.
norm.
It pisses me off though because I have so many fucking friends that from like high school that they would ask like, "Oh, you want to go to a restaurant?" We'd sit down, and of course, like you had said, Mizuki, well, it's not my fucking problem. The restaurant should pay them, and like. Then you sit there and you tip for fucking 4 people, and you're like,
Yeah.
and by the time the 4 people have eaten, it's $100 fucking bucks. So you're paying
Yeah.
$20 fucking dollars to like do that. It's and then your meal was what by that rate $45 fucking dollars. It's crazy. Like it's
No, I have a tipping story. So me and my brother went out to our local back when I lived in Illinois, we went. There was like this really nice sushi place that we'd go to, and my brother doesn't believe in tippies. He's in the wrong mindset,
Yeah.
and so
Your brother's an
we finished our
asshole.
meal. and
Yeah.
fucking dick. No, but so what I did was I asked him, hey, can you pay? And I grabbed his wallet and I took out an extra $15 for the tip just to fuck with him.
God.
I'm like a $20 meal.
I had I think
that's why obviously you don't tip with me. I'll make sure you tip.
I have one tipping story that I feel like I don't know if I was in the right or wrong on it, honest to God, because like in restaurants I'll always tip minimum 15. If you're the shittiest waiter, I'll give you 13%. If you're like, and that's just like, because I mean that's just how I was.
If you're the shittiest waiter, I don't tip at all.
Yeah, and that's yeah, like there's only been one situation in which I've not tipped and not paid, and I got up and fucking left because I sat there for an hour and a half and the server brought me water and no food, and then at the hour and 15-minute mark they brought me food. It was all wrong. I got up and I left. So fuck them. But
Oh, you're an asshole.
yeah, fuck them. Yeah, right. But so the story that I don't know if I'm in the right or wrong on. I was checking into a hotel in Indianapolis for the first time ever. It was the JW Marriott. If you're from Indy, you know it as the big ass blue building that they fucking put March Madness scores on.
Let's go soccer.
Yeah, no, it's basketball.
Yeah, it's the same difference.
But
Same one.
But so I'm there. I'm going in. I'm checking into this hotel, and some guy comes over, and he's like, "Can I take your bags?" And I'm like, sure, like whatever, sure. So I was 18 years old, and so I was like fresh out of fucking high school.
That's like 20 years ago.
Yeah, no, I was fresh.
Michael was there with Martin Luther King.
Goddamn. I was 18 years old. I was fresh out of high school, and I was doing it for YouTube. I was doing this whole fucking like con for YouTube, and so the only hotel in Indy that would accept me was the most expensive one. And to stay there for 3 nights, it cost me $2,000.
Good fucking lord!
And
What the
yeah,
Acceptance comes at a cost, Michael.
it costs $100 when I look at it.
But that's COVID right now. So like that, I mean that makes sense.
Okay.
But so it was the most expensive one, and it was con season. So every single room was fucking booked. Every single thing was, all the way whatever. And the only fucking one that they had was an executive suite. So I literally fucking had to pay top dollar to stay at this hotel.
Oh, you were the fucking executive
I was in like I fucking had like a gold card basically that opened up a unlocked elevator. It opened up a locked elevator and whatnot. And so to get onto certain floors you had to have a key card. So I'm fucking going through, I'm doing all that shit, whatever. And so out of nowhere, I get up to the room and there's this guy waiting with, I had fucking, I think 2 bags and they were on a luggage cart. And I'm opening up the door to the hotel room and he's got his hand open like he wants money. And so, on top of fucking staying there, the parking, he had his fucking hand extended like he wanted money. He like brought 2 bags up to my room, and that's it. And so, on top of that, the parking at that place, I think was $50 a day. So you had to, on top of fucking paying $2,000 for 3 days at a hotel, you also had to pay $50 to park your car there. And so the fucking guy, you also had to pay for internet. You had to do all this other shit. It was bullshit.
Wait, what the fuck?
I know.
What kind of
it's weird. it was weird. But so he looks at me, his hands like extended out, like, "Oh, I'll take a tip," and I think I looked at him and was just like, "Here's a tip. The parking shouldn't be $50 a day."
Here's a tip. Pulls your dick out. Starts helicopter.
But like, it was one of those moments where I was just like, I'm an asshole. Am I an asshole, or is he an asshole for extending his hand out? And fucking and the thing with it is, but he got into an elevator with the fucking cart. He did the bags had like clothes.
At least taking your dick out and plopped it in his hand for like a good
there was
30
like
seconds.
nothing in the fucking. There was nothing in the bags. He fucking literally went up an elevator. Our door was the first door out of the fucking elevator. He went essentially. He essentially went 15 feet. Like
he's the asshole.
he went.
No, he's the asshole.
It's a karma cord.
Ritzy hotels pay like $13 to $25 an hour for the people that work there. Like,
okay.
no way.
So
he does not need a tip.
Because that's what I was sitting there, and like, of course, also on top of that, like, I'm fucking in, like, I can't say where because it would get the person in trouble. I have a place where I have a place in Indy where I can park for free, and so it was the funniest shit because I got out of the car to like bring my bags inside and to check in, and like the fucking dude there asked me for like my keys so he could like move the car forward like 5 fucking feet. And he's like, do you want me to park it? I was like, I'm not paying for parking. Oh, okay. And he like moves the fucking car forward 5 feet. Then I go out, grab the keys for the car, and then he extends his hand out like he wants a fucking tip for moving my car 5 feet. And I was like, fuck you. Like, I'm not fucking giving you a tip. Like, maybe if I had
nuts in his hand.
If put my coin purse in, here's a tip.
Coin. Give him your fucking bean bags, man.
No, but the thing with it is like, I mean, if I had a fucking Lambo and you moved it 5 feet without like crashing it, maybe you'd deserve a $5 tip. But like, it was a beat up like 2002 fucking car. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, at that point, I just wouldn't be in the situation.
Yeah, get in the car and back up.
I just simply wouldn't be in the situation.
But that's exactly why I like traveling to Eastern Europe, because I pay for like 2 to 3 days in a good hotel with breakfast about as much as you pay for parking there.
Yeah.
You're the only one who could travel to Eastern Europe with any form of convenience.
My favorite, I think my favorite part of that trip. I think my favorite part of that trip though was having a fucking what? Traveling with ease. Yeah, I think my favorite part of that trip though is I had that like gold card, and I went into a fucking like the room where they have breakfast. It was called like the concierge lounge or whatever the fuck. It was a very ritzy fucking place. And I went in with like jeans and a t-shirt, and every single person in there was like buttoned up, fucking suit and tie all the way in there. And like my hair was messy and long. And I go in there.
I have a story about something like that too.
I went in, I grabbed like lunch or breakfast or whatever the fuck it was. And I sat down, and some old fart fucking like across from me looked at me, and he was like, "Are you even allowed to be in here?" And I like held up the card. I was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "I am." And he's like, "Is that right?" I was like, "Yeah." And like fucking like the person, he's like, "I don't even think that card's real." I'm like, "How the fuck did I scan it to get into the room, dude?" Like, fuck off. Like, it was annoying.
I hate old people.
Well,
I have a similar story to that.
Yeah.
Except mine didn't cost $2,000. The thing is, me and a friend, we've been traveling to Kiev like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Kiev is the capital of Ukraine.
Okay.
Which used to be Soviet Union, is west of Russia. They currently have like this little civil war in the east. Anyway, and it's like one of the lowest income countries in the world. But it's like the lowest also cost of living country in the world.
Damn, that
So-
sucks.
It sucks for them, but for me as a tourist, it's great. I'm sorry to say that. But for me as a tourist, it's amazing. So we just like two fucking boys, just like backpacking in Ukraine, going to like the best fucking hotel in Kiev
Yeah.
for like fucking $25 a night each. And because that's still what they like make, and like the average person in Kiev makes that in like 3 days, maybe.
Jesus. It's
Yeah,
fucking...
the cost,
What, $25 in 3 days?
yeah, they
Bruh.
make like 200. I think the average income of that country is like below $200 a
Hold
month.
up, gonna start streaming from Kiev. Give me 2 weeks.
Yeah, no
That's gonna
joke.
be
If
like
if you're-
$32. Okay, that's not
no
bad.
joke.
That's
If
reasonable.
you're a streamer living in Ukraine, you won, dude. Like.
You won?
Because you make like a $5 tip, and congrats, you made as much as your uncle that day.
Oh my god. How the fuck? How the fuck does that work? What the fuck? Like, so just they just literally just don't have enough money, or like it's what it like? What is it? How the fuck?
It's cost of labor and cost of goods, especially local goods,
Yeah.
because cost of labor is so cheap in that country. So that means that especially domestic goods and services are extremely cheap as well. Because
I just
those
googled
people-
flights there. $1,000 to fly there. $40 to stay the night.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
That's what
it's cheap
about.
as fuck. Okay, God.
Yo.
Let's go to
Yeah.
Ukraine. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
That's-
starting our
it's
own
also
Twitch
like-
con.
Yeah, let's go Team Junker meet up at Ukraine.
Fuck
should go
those
to
Brits
Rhode
meeting
Island.
on the rocky beach. Fuck them all. We'll go to Ukraine.
James, that's a
actually
terrible
have-
suggestion.
I actually have a small Ukrainian viewer base on my Twitch channel
Do you
because of
really?
Thing's gonna have a fan meetup in
because of
Ukraine.
SMPF, because I played as Ukraine in SMPF.
Wait, did that? Oh
Nice.
shit, that's an interesting fucking. I'm curious if like, and if that happened for anybody else, like if anybody's country got picked, so they fucking like started.
I did.
Really?
I had in the beginning. I did a lot of Switzerland stuff, and so I had a lot of Swiss viewers. And then I moved to some island in Italy, and then I had a lot of Italian people, and we just made fun of the French every day. It
That's a
was great.
fucking. That's interesting. That I bet.
uh,
I bet that fucking.
It's
Huh.
like a compulsion.
Yeah, I
just
had
bully
like
the French
Ukrainian
instinctually.
viewers that like shitted on
It's like a-
Russia and the Soviet Union.
French are just such a
I,
weak species.
Since I did a lot of stuff in Canada on SMPers, I had a lot of the Canadian viewers.
Ugh.
Jesus.
Hey, they're
Look
not
at that. Even
Fuck
one of my mods
Canada, am
actually-
I right?
It's funny because one of my mods is like found my stream through that basically.
Oh wow,
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
dox him.
Why'd I have to play as bitch ass fucking California, bro?
Yeah,
But
Played
anyway-
like 2 days.
Well, no one lives in Easter Island, so no one can stream from me.
Yeah, people just see this weird structure and like, what the fuck? Is
What the
this?
fuck is yeah?
Guys,
Yeah.
What's up?
anyway, so we went into that like big ass hotel of the fucking town center of the capital,
Mhm.
and there were mostly like rich Ukrainians there,
Mhm.
like
Rich.
like the top percent of the country, and there was us, two German backpackers.
Yeah.
So
That's
the
a,
1% making like $300 a month or some shit.
It's literally just like
so
it's literally not like fucking there were like fucking well dressed people anywhere, and then there were like those fucking
you were
those two drunk German
you were like
idiots
the
just
Casey Neistat of Ukraine that day, like the caveman in like New York hanging out with billionaires.
Oh my God.
Dude, every time I visit Eastern Europe, I am the Casey Neistat. Because
Breather.
like you live like a king for no money.
He-
I love it.
Casey Neistat, like I fucking watched his vlogs for forever, and his shit was so funny because he'd go into the Grammys and like a fucking just jeans and a t-shirt for a minute.
His haircut scares me. He walks around with a lot of confidence for having fucking ramen noodles on his hair.
He's awesome, dude. I love him to death. I always wanted to meet him. Ant fucking met him.
Really?
Yeah,
Ant's met like everyone.
Ant like vlogged with him.
Why is Ant living my life?
Ant I think was in one of his vlogs, and Casey I know was in one of Ant's vlogs.
I started watching him after he finished doing his because he stopped doing daily vlogs. And I remember that was like a really big thing because that was like
it was huge. Because he fucking redefined the vlog. Like he like he made
daily of vlogs.
No, he redefined like what it was to do daily content, and it was so fucking cool. It is unfortunate. It's unfortunate that he's not making content as regularly because like when he was doing daily vlogs, his reason for quitting was like, oh, it's not creative anymore. But it was one of those things where, as a viewer who like loved watching every single fucking adventure, it was because I remember watching his television show when I was a kid on HBO.
Wait, he had a television show?
He had a show called...
Can you give me the history of Casey Neistat? I just know him as the YouTuber.
The long story short is The long story short is he has a brother, and that brother, I think it was Dean. They had a television show called the Neistat Brothers, and they went to HBO, and the whole entire thing with it was very like YouTube before fucking YouTube, and so they like filmed a bunch of like these short films, and so like one of them was there's like a little, I don't know what it's like a lighthouse out in the ocean, and like in New York, and so he fucking gets on like they have, I think it's 24 hours to build the fastest boat that they can with like $100, and then they fucking go and they race out to that lighthouse and then fucking come back to shore. And so it was like there was content like that. So like the show was broken up into 3 parts. One would be one film, another would be another film, and then another would be another film. And so it was like a 30-minute show, whatever, but it was really, really, really fucking good. And it was way before YouTube. Like, I'm talking like, God, what, 19...
The 80s at the very least.
Neistat Brothers HBO. It's on HBO Max. Okay, so if you have HBO Max, go and watch it. It's fucking awesome. It's super cool. No, oh my god, it was 2010. Oh my god, I thought it was fucking 19 something. No, it was 2010.
You said you watched it growing up. I was thinking 1964 at minimum.
Well, it was 10 years ago.
Yeah,
so I mean, I would have been 13. Would have been 13. So I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
Michael's the big ground.
I didn't remember if it was new when. Well, that's the thing. When it was made, you could tell it was dated, right? Like when it was made, you could tell that they were filming on shit cameras. He had the big ass fucking the big ass blue MacBook, or not MacBook, like the big ass blue Mac screen. Yeah. But it's super interesting. It's such a neat show. The Neistat Brothers, go fucking Google it. It's cool. You can find it online everywhere. But it was really neat. It was cool. Each episode spans 6 weeks in the lives of Van and Casey Neistat. Van, not fucking Dean. Dean was the one in the military, I think.
Dean.
It's a cool fucking show though. Go check it out. It's fucking interesting. But so his start was on television, and then he moved over to like YouTube, and that's why his transition was so quick, because he knew how to play the television game. He knew what made a good show, and then he just fucking put that towards YouTube. And I think that's why he probably had so many connections, and that's why his vlogs were so fucking interesting, because he was probably at all those HBO parties and probably made friends, you know, just shit like that.
Yo, we should do that.
We should start an HBO show.
Let's go to the HBO party right now.
I think it was something literally like, because the first episode is them pitching the show, I believe.
What?
Yeah,
that's weird. That's like
yeah, like
hardcore.
It was something like that, because it was, I think it was literally like, how did we get this show? Or like maybe it's not the first, maybe it's like the last or whatever. But so it's in one of them, and basically he like goes in, fucking, let me see if I can find like an episode summary or whatever. Oh yeah, that's the premise of it. Evan makes 15 1-minute movies. Casey makes 3 5-minute movies. But it was also because I think HBO didn't air commercials, so they had a full 30-minute runtime. It's weird. It's like, it's fucking very, very, very cool. Like, it was very YouTube. It was very, very, very fucking YouTube.
Well, like, that's the exact content that Official Duck Studios makes, and like, you know.
What is that?
A couple of years later. Well, he makes videos. He literally does like $100 who can make the best boat, and they'll go to a lake, and then they'll put their boat in the water.
Oh yeah. Like, it's, oh god, that guy sounds so fucking familiar. I just Googled him, and now, oh my god, I know who he is. Oh my fucking god, that, you just like sent me
He's the duck
back.
guy.
You just sent me back. I fucking, jeez.
Yeah, I'm friends with him.
What? Okay, are you actually?
I am. Yeah.
Cool. Fuck yeah, Pog champ.
Yeah, we were
Anyway.
talking with him earlier.
Anyway, I'm fucking just talking about Casey Neistat. I'm sorry. What? Like,
No, don't apologize. It's okay to, you know, like, just not give us a chance to talk.
No.
The last thing I would like to talk about is Casey Neistat. I have not watched a single video of this guy. I just know that he looks weird.
He's cool.
I hate the crust on his glasses.
The
I hate
crust?
Shit.
He
He
makes
likes
them.
to damage his glass.
Yeah.
He puts like white out on his glasses.
He-
Oh yeah, I hate that.
Sandpaper to,
He-
like,
Why
he's-
is that the brand?
He spray paints them. And yeah, he wipes out the brand, because fuck it, they're not paying him. It's just a way to be fucking original. Like,
Listen, he's quirky. You can't judge him.
no, I mean, I give him, I mean, you fucking say, I hate the whiteout on his glasses, but you remember it.
Because
So
I have glasses, and it makes me unreasonably
it's not like they're
uncomfortable.
prescription. He goes into a Ray-Ban
No, I
store.
know, but
fucking,
you know. But I see that, and because I have glasses, my mind is just like, oh, why would you do that?
Because fuck him.
Cock.
Fuck him.
Do you guys watch HBO Max?
No, I isn't it on Hulu?
I don't even know if we have HBO in this country.
I have HBO Max, but I pirated Game of Thrones.
No, don't say that. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, I need Sky.
No,
to
he can say that. He can
HBO.
say that. That's allowed.
Interesting.
I
No, I'm not getting pay TV. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
everyone talk about everything you've pirated in the last 2 days. Go.
Oh baby.
No,
Pirated
Minecraft.
Let me look at my history
Minecraft.
real quick.
Pirated in the last. I'll be real. I don't think I've pirated anything in the last.
Okay, Mike.
Oh,
You're not
oh.
listening. It's okay.
Since I got access to Burns'
Yeah.
Crunchyroll account, I don't need to pirate anything anymore.
This dude Mike was about to tell me he pays for Adobe Creative Cloud.
I do.
I don't even
I-
fucking.
No,
I
James
make
pays for your
Hey.
I make
I do too, and I hate every second of it.
I
let me
make-
tell ya.
pictures in Sony Vegas,
I know you,
make
do.
everything in Sony Vegas.
I know you do that.
and I
You
didn't
don't know how
pay
to
for
use
that.
any other
And
program.
Venom did.
I'm convinced you don't know how to use anything but Sony Vegas.
I don't
It's not that you
know-
prefer it; it's that you don't know how.
I don't
to do
know how to
anything else.
use. I don't know how to use Photoshop. But I do know how to use Paint.net, and I make assets in
I
Sony
know how to
Vegas,
use
and
PowerPoint.
then put them in Paint.net.
Yeah, well, Beef uses Sumo Paint, so
Yeah, I
The
do.
fuck is Sumo Paint?
it's like a web
the
browser
fuck?
MS Paint shit.
So you can't give me any shit for fucking.
Well, it's like Paint.net, but it has a lot more. It has more Photoshop features. and
Use
it's easier.
Okay,
use
so it's
Medi.
Paint.net, but worse. Got
Use
it.
Medibang. Medibang is
Yeah.
decent.
the Virgin Photoshop versus the Chat.
I mean, the thing with it is
Didn't use PowerPoint.
I mean,
if I could announce this last episode.
The way that I see it is like if you can make what you're aiming to create like in a program that doesn't cost $400, why would you spend $400? Like, sure, you'll need a workaround just for one part or like maybe a few parts, but like ultimately I don't need motion tracking in Sony Vegas or in After Effects. I can fucking, unfortunately, painstakingly do it one frame at a time.
Yeah, you
but
can go in and keyframe it. You'll just be there for 73 years.
Nah, you're wrong, Michael.
Do you know about Boris Continuum?
What is that?
It
sounds like a super weapon.
It's a plugin for Vegas that lets you
motion track. Well, no, I'm just saying that like hypothetically, because like back in the day, like for us, we did. I mean, again, I'm saying this for like Ant as well. Like back in the day, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I've been doing YouTube for 12 fucking years. I've been doing it since I was 12. Like,
we didn't have motion frame in our show.
We didn't, motherfucker.
We had to keep framing them bitches one by one. Took a whole afternoon.
No, you have to be 25 to rent a car. Yeah, it's bullshit.
You're like way past that expiration.
I'm not a full adult yet, apparently.
You know what I've realized? We make a lot of jokes about Michael being old, but we never say anything about Ant being
goddamn fit. Like,
yeah, dude, I
they're
didn't
not
realize.
Though. I don't see the issue.
Dude, I didn't realize how old Fit was until I think Michael pointed it out. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He's bald. He's ancient.
This dude is like 30 or something. Like, what?
Oh yeah. But
he was like the graduating class of like 2000.
What he's doing here?
No, but back in the day, we had to fucking like be creative with what we were doing on YouTube, especially like in the RuneScape community, because shit was moving so fast. And so like Ant, like for example, Ant was the first person to ever use green screen in a RuneScape video. And like, I know that sounds like laughable like today, but back in the day, if you Googled RSMV back when he did that, 100 RuneScape music videos were uploaded a day.
Okay, just on the brief point of RuneScape music videos, so Michael had a day off like like a month or so ago. And you guys want to fucking know what Michael did during his whole day off? He made a fucking RuneScape music video. We were in a call with him, Michael, what do you do? He's like, oh, I'm editing an AMV.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He's like, for RuneScape.
RSMV.
Yeah, Michael started an anime music video channel. He showed me it the other day.
Yeah,
RuneScape Joji AMV.
First AMV was Tokyo Ghoul.
No, it was Fully Cooley.
Tokyo Jeff.
You've literally not even.
You're just making up series names.
But I didn't watch it, but I Googled the funniest moments and then I used that in my AMV. That's what I did. I Googled funny action moments. FLCL.
Naruto badass moment.
Yeah. I just ripped the fuck.
That waft.
I went to vid to
funny moment AMV.
What is it like? I went to vid to WMV.org and ripped the
got 13 viruses on the
watchonline.com.
I got 13 viruses, but it's okay. I finished my art project.
Naruto episode 3.exe.
I fucking
y'all saying you didn't go to Kiss Anime fucking 3 a.m. You don't get up on the latest episodes.
Kiss Anime sucks.
In Russia.
Dude, Kiss Anime is what I used to watch when I was like 10. Like that shit was still around.
Yeah, it was old school.
Oh shit.
The thing is, Kiss.
Yeah, dude, it's really crazy.
Dick, you leaked right as you said Kiss Anime.
When fucking wait, really?
Yeah. You're like the thing is Kiss.
No, I mean Kiss Anime. I still use it when I don't find the anime or Netflix or Crunchyroll.
I watched. I used Kiss Anime to watch Bob's Burger.
Jesus fuck! It's on Hulu. You could have made a free trial.
Yeah, I watched the Eric Andre show on Kiss Anime.
Burger.
It was like
Burger.
it always cracked me up because they fucking like it wasn't just an anime site. They fucking took everything. Like they ripped fucking everything down and just uploaded whatever the fuck they could. Did they eventually get taken down or are they still going?
No, well, they actually did get taken down. Who runs it now is not the real people. It's like a rip-off site that's really sketchy.
Oh.
You mean kisanime.iu?
Something like that. Yeah.
We do not condone going to these websites, watching the content of therefore videos. I don't know the legal jargon.
We
Fuck
do.
it.
We do.
We do.
They suck anyway.
No,
I'm not gonna tell you to use a better site, but you know.
No.
You know.
What go anime looking ass? What do you?
There was a really good one that got taken down out of nowhere, and I was
Hey.
Well,
Nah,
there was one
fucking-
that was called like Blue something, and that got taken down. I used that for like
my
years.
personal favorite was
Waffle.
Master Anime.
I think it was RedTube. Was it?
Master Anime was really good, and then it just got taken down.
I was a
and
little
then-
high
yeah.
society. I used go anime.
Oh,
James,
okay.
James,
Is
you
everything all right at home?
wait, what? What the fuck is happening? Who are we
Oh,
asking?
God.
If
Having
everything,
Everything
mass
fucking
issues and
sucks.
very scared.
are we asking if someone's okay?
Yeah, because Burn was like, "Yeah, I used go anime."
I use it too.
Are
It's
you
not
stupid,
bad,
bro?
It's
You guys
good.
stupid.
I
It
got.
is bad though. Like it's
Use
actually
Netflix.
When you're like
terrible.
7, it's what you gotta use.
I gotta fucking.
You can watch
say,
the My Hero movie on Pornhub.
I got.
No, real quick. So when No Man's Sky came out a few years ago, the ending was posted on Pornhub. That's where like everyone found out about it originally.
That's
I
fucking
love
wild.
Pornhub.
I gotta say though, fucking, I don't know why, James, you saying blue waffle just sent me back to like 4th grade. Like,
Oh my God. It'll give me hives.
like,
Don't fucking Google blue waffle.
Google blue waffle.
Don't
Google blue
Don't
waffle.
do it.
Google blue waffle.
Don't.
Safe search off. Safe search off.
Michael, you
We're
should
behaving
tell
like a
that
jam
to
studio.
Chrome.
I just remember like being in like fucking, I mean, I was probably 13. Someone fucking was like,
So like 20 years.
yeah, so like 20 years ago. No, somebody was like, Google blue waffle. And I was in school. I looked it up and it was just like the immediate, like, oh no! The immediate recoil of like, oh my God.
I feel like I was on iFunny too much to like actually fall for that.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. When did
Funny wasn't real when Michael was like
yeah,
13.
I don't know. I mean,
Wait, did they even have the internet back then?
no.
How did
I went to
Dial-up
the went to
modem.
the library and I fucking turned to B in the dictionary. I had a picture.
This dude Michael sent smoke signal.
What? Like, yeah.
I bet this dude uses the Dewey Decimal
Wait.
System.
What was like the whole thing with blue waffle was that it was like quote unquote every STD ever or something like that. Wasn't that the fucking?
Is it really?
That's like I believe that's what it was. It was like if you have a blue waffle, it means that you have every single STD possible. And it was just like, or maybe that was just what the dumbass fucking. It was like what were those fucking? We had this kid at my school where he put a sticky note in the dictionary, and if you went to like look for the word penis, it would just be like, I have found you. So you decided to look up penis in the dictionary.
It's like
was
that
it
Captain
was it
America,
worth
like-
it? Yeah. Like I'm trying to think of like what were the jokes? Like what were those? I guess if that's what you want to call them, jokes. Like what were those?
My favorite thing was when people would just draw dicks in textbooks.
Yeah.
And some would like go out of their way to like just you know, they slap a vein on there, put
Yeah.
some hair on it.
A
We
little pimple as well.
like we had God. Now you're like making me think of like art.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Cock and
say
balls.
say art.
Talking about cock, I have a little story.
Oh boy.
Talking about cock, I have a story.
In fucking programming or computing class, I was bored, and we all had like a PC each. So I was just like looking for memes to put as like my screensaver, and I wanted to use Ainsley Harriet.
No idea what that is.
He's
Ainsley
the fucking
Harriet.
spicy meat guy. You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Give that me the golden rub. That guy.
Okay.
Well, I didn't know his name either at that point.
Okay.
Oh no.
So, what did I Google? I Googled Black Cook
Oh boy.
in school.
You fucking
On the
idiot.
PC. And then I went on Google Images to find like a picture of this guy.
Yeah.
I did not find a picture of this guy.
I wouldn't think you would that kind of situation.
I found a lot of different pictures.
No.
And the problem is, half of
Dude.
my class was looking at that screen.
Oh no.
Dude, that fucking reminds me. So in middle school, we had iPads, right? And they had just introduced that. So if I'm being completely real, the people that were running all that stuff didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
No,
right?
yeah.
So like the first
yeah.
year of like them introducing that was chaos. And I remember one time,
Well, kids were too
someone
fucking smart. They'd fucking like
Yeah.
they'd hack
Yeah.
them and shit.
and one time someone just they changed the wallpapers on one of the iPads. So like one of them was like just two black dudes kissing, and then the other was just like a black guy's just dick hanging out.
Oh, Jesus, no.
And I think they did this to someone that had like gone to the bathroom. So when they got back, that was just on their iPad.
we had, I think like the worst shit I had ever did was we found out in my school that every single computer was connected, and we found out that it wasn't even like a matter of having a teacher's account, which I did have a teacher's account. I had an adult, like I had access to, for whatever fucking reason, the school, I think it was because someone there knew I was decent with computers, so they gave me access to like an administrator role under my login.
Oh no.
Because I was trying to help them do something, but then they never fucking took it off. So like so I fucking had access to it and shit. Well, so it wasn't even a matter of me being on it, though. Their fucking security was god awful. And so I'm sitting there with this kid who's way fucking better at computers than me. And he opens up command prompt. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's just like, "Oh, just check this out." And so he like types something in, and he fucking like is looking at like the computers, and he's like looking at the numbers above them. And he's like, I ended up finding out that all of the computers are on the same network, and they all have.
As it is with schools.
Huh?
As it is with schools usually.
Yeah, so it's like
Or
they're all connected. They're all on the same network. They're all fucking. Not only are they on the same network, though, they're all fucking linked. I can access any computer I want to. And so
Holy shit.
he fucking goes over and he looks at the teacher's computer, and he finds out that in every classroom the main computer is named main 1. And so he would go room, it would be like this line of code or whatever, and then 301, like if that's the room number, and then
Yo, did
main
someone say 301?
oh no 301 main 1. And so he would fucking like end that with off, and then it would fucking turn the entire computer off. And so the teacher would be fucking sitting there, and she'd be like, what just happened? And so like she'd fucking turn the computer on and we'd be sitting there and then like another kid would have his computer turn off and we're fucking like rolling in the back. Like we're fucking dying.
Oh my god.
Well, so like I decide I'm going to open up command prompt and I'm going to fucking help him out, do it quicker. Well, so another kid fucking helps us on the third row and we've all got the command prompt open and we're all just typing in fucking numbers. Well, so I, being a dickhead, get the idea to fucking type in all off. Every single fucking computer in that room and in the fucking building turned off. And like, including mine, including like everyone around me. And it was like, the fucking entire room went down like 20. The
perfect
like
crime.
You know how like computer fans just fucking are so shit on school computers. The room goes down 20 decibels. It's like deafening. It's like a deafening silence, and
it goes from just
to yeah. So like the 4 kids who are who know we're doing it turn around and look at us, and the fucking teacher stands up, comes over to our computer. What happened? And we're like, we did nothing. We don't know what happened. We don't know what's going on. God. And she like fucking boots up the computer on mine. Luckily, nothing loads back in. But so like we were sitting there. It was really fucking funny. And so like probably like 20 minutes later, everybody gets their computer back up. And then like my buddy next to me does like room 301 all.
Oh my god.
And so like every room in that that entire room, every computer in that room turns off. And like she goes over across the hall. Did your computers just turn off? No, it's someone in this room. It was
How
fun.
did you not like burst into fucking like laughter
well,
when she came over?
Well, it was fucking awful because like the 2 computer labs were literally like right next to each other. So like all you have to do is walk from one room into the next and shit like that. And it was just, we were fucking dying. But like I think the school knew not to give our grade the iPads and laptops and shit, because they specifically were like, we'll give it to the next class. Like when they graduate.
I can't even begin to express how bad it went with
the fucking dude, my brother and sister got the iPads right after me. And like dude, it was hell, man. Like you'd sit there and you'd see the shit that they load up. Yeah.
This was before they actually started blocking sites.
Yeah, well, so our school did that no matter what. And so Indiana had a fucking weird... Indiana, for whatever reason, they have like a government block list for specific buildings. So like libraries have a block list. Schools have a block list. They're all like mandated by one block. By one block list for the sake of just ease. And so fucking everything would be blocked though. Like 1 minute Google was blocked for like adult content. And then like RuneScape was blocked as game. And then like cool math games was blocked as adult content. Just random shit that made no sense.
My school blocked anime.
Yeah, like it was super fucking weird. But so we always got around it because, and it was I don't know how the fuck. Well, ours was the funniest shit. Apparently there was like there was a that's a fucking that was, well, I think that was blocked. But so some fucking, I don't know if it was like a government worker or whatever the fuck. We all had access to one dude's fucking password. It was like government password or whatever, and we would just log into that shit and we'd like fucking watch it, and nobody would ever question it. So like I'd be playing RuneScape in the back of fucking class and laughing, and then we installed Halo 3 on the fucking the computers, or Halo 2. It's funny. I don't know. Fucking school computers, like that was always the easiest shit to mess with though, because nobody knew how to mandate it. It was just too hard.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, eventually they got the hang of it, and then sadly it wasn't as fun anymore. But
here,
oh my God,
here they
it was
don't.
such a mess.
Here they still don't have a fucking hang on it. Like, I think for my school, we had one like teacher who had a better hang of tech, and what she did, she was fucking genius. She had a projector that would sit, and the projector had every single kid's monitor on it, and like a fucking almost like a Discord chat where it's like if 8 people are in, you just see 8 monitors. She did that, but it was just every single computer on the projector. So if any kid stepped out of line, you would know. And so what we would do is we would flash like memes on the fucking monitor, and like occasionally you'd get like somebody to laugh. But like some kids just wouldn't give a shit, and they'd just straight show porn on the fucking projector.
Oh no.
It's funny, dude. It's super funny to like go back and think about that shit. I don't know.
God, I wish I had stories like that, but I just didn't attend school.
I have a story.
What is it? Go.
So when I was in middle school, I had this ninja remote that was like an IR thing that could like switch through channels and stuff to find like any TV. So
Okay.
I would connect it to our class projector and the TV in the room. Which was like some like really old like big dinosaur TV, and like whatever the announcements or whatever would be on it, and everyone was like, I don't want to watch the announcements, it's so stupid. Literally no one cares.
Now stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, so I just straight up turned it off every morning. Oh my God. And the teacher was like, God, this darn TV.
Who's doing this?
Oh my God. Well, she didn't know. And then I would go to the projector just randomly, because the projector had like an IR thing, and you could just turn it off if you found the right channel.
Good lord.
And so I turned off the projector every once in a while, and she was like, "Gosh, all this
everything is not working."
And eventually. Like, she was complaining about it so much, and like I thought you could like change the brightness settings on it. So like she'd leave the room, and I'd turn the brightness all the way down.
Oh, you're a dick!
And then she was like complaining about it, and she was like, "Gosh, the new light bulbs for these things are so expensive, but I guess I have to order one." And I was like,
"Oh my God, you dick! That's awesome."
You're just admitting to gaslighting a poor teacher.
No, they fucking deserve it, dude. A lot of teachers deserve that shit. Let me explain. Let me explain.
I'm not gonna let you explain.
You fuck right off, and you let me fucking explain. Motherfucker, I was a student. No, they don't, but you listen to me. I was a fucking...
I was a student too.
I was a student. No, I was a fucking student teacher, and I got treated like shit all the fucking time because I would help out.
If I get treated like shit, they all
fuck them, dude. No, fuck teachers. No, well, teachers are completely fine, and they're great. But so when you fucking get into this like this territory of, I'm gonna say it now, fucking, I had some of the worst, like some of my teachers were the worst people in the entire world. I had one teacher who legitimately was just openly fucking racist, and he has been fucking fired. He's been removed. He gave his students like excuses to like just say the N-word in class and whatnot. It was awful. And because of course, you know, there are kids in school, they're gonna take that chance and not be punished for it. So they fucking did it. Haha, whatever. It's funny. Ha 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 ha, whatever. Teachers are pieces of shit just like students are. And I think like the thing with it was, at least for me, when I realized that, I've told this story a billion times on stream because I think adults can be as shit as kids. Fucking wrong. Fucking we had this one girl who was going and grabbing a drink from a water fountain, and she was one of like the least popular girls in the school, and so I was not popular in the slightest. So there's this girl who is getting a drink from the water fountain. Then there's a popular girl right behind her. And then I'm behind the popular girl, fucking about to get a drink of water. So the girl goes up, gets a drink of water, and the fucking teacher, and I mean, the symbolism was the most beautiful fucking thing I had ever seen. It was beautifully ironic. There was an anti-bullying sign right above the fucking water fountain. And the teacher looks at the popular girl and says, "You're going to get a drink after her? Like, you're going to fucking take a drink after her? You're going to fucking
fucking wrecked."
But what I'm saying, though, is like, you're going to fucking get a drink after her. I can't believe you do that, dude. She's so fucking gross. Like, teachers are shitheads, just like students are.
Can I tell a story of a bad teacher?
Absolutely wrecked, dude.
Fuck you,
I want to
dude.
talk about my second grade teacher.
Oh no.
Listen, she's
digging
dead
deep.
now, so I can say her name. And
No, don't say her name.
No,
Do not
don't
say her
say
name. Don't say her name. I have to. No, okay. I was gonna say I have to. I have to bleep it if you did it, but
no,
okay.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. No. So my second grade teacher was like, she was old and decrepit and like ghastly almost.
Okay.
And she didn't believe in the word fun in any way, shape, or form.
Oh yeah.
And she had a whole bunch of rowdy second graders. So what that meant was we had what she would call lights off time.
Oh my
Essentially,
god.
it's like heads up, 7 up, but you don't put your
Yes.
thumb up and you don't look up.
There's
And
no fun. Just
There's
sleep.
no fun. And she did it for hours on end. No. She would smack the desk with a ruler as hard as she could if you were to fall asleep. To make sure you
What?
stay awake, of course. Yeah, she was a little, I don't know.
She did
was
this with
weird.
second graders?
Yeah. And so
What
during
the
our
fuck?
yeah, she didn't like any of us. She hated. I don't know why she taught because she
There are
looked like
some
she
people
hated
who
kids.
shouldn't be teachers. Yeah.
She
like-
dressed in black. She was hunched over. She was like 7'4". She was decrepit. I didn't like the lady.
She was like
But all-
a 40-year-old emo.
She was like 80 minimum. If I put you and her right next to each other, Michael, I couldn't tell a
No.
day apart.
Eat shit, all of you.
But no, so during our like last day of second grade, the day where you're done with school after it, everyone's
Yeah.
signing yearbooks and stuff. Guess what my class got to do? We got to play lights out during all of yearbook signing. So we didn't get to sign our second grade yearbooks because our teacher hated us that much.
Yeah, I feel
that's
like
my story.
I feel like that's at that point, like, don't be a fucking
Just
teacher.
abuse.
Yeah, well, it's like
I went I was in the second grade, but I cried when I got home. I was like, I couldn't sign yearbooks to any of my friends. Being a little piss baby,
I'm gonna throw up. No, it's I don't know, man. Like fucking, there are definitely teachers who should not be.
I have a
fucking
teacher
teachers.
horror story.
Tell it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm digging a bit deep. Not as deep as Burr.
I'm digging deep. I'm opening the wound. I'm open.
Childhood trauma. Here we go.
Almost. So like fucking. It was like year 4, right? Which would be like 4th or 5th grade for you guys.
Yeah.
So I was pretty fucking young, and I wasn't like the most well-behaved student in class.
Oh.
I was like, I mostly just did shit when I thought it was funny. Like, I wasn't like a dick to other students. I was
Sure you
really
weren't.
like, no. I would fucking I was a disruption. Like,
Okay.
I would like make dumb fucking noises and like shit like that because it was just funny.
I think in the back of the class.
Yeah,
Okay. We get the
or like I try and make other students
Oh,
laugh. Like I'd make dumb fucking faces while they're like talking.
You still fucking do.
I'm about to say, yeah, like nothing
You're
is.
now went so.
I was gonna say, like, I want to know the fucking link between that, though. I want to know, like, how many fucking parents were told, "I'm sorry, your kid might have ADHD. He needs to be on medication." Now he's a streamer. I was one of those kids. Fuck it.
Okay, but yeah, like, basically, I was a very disruptive child.
Yeah,
and a lot of the teachers didn't like me.
Oh, of
like
course.
at all. And one teacher said, right? One teacher told me, like me, I must have been like 8 years old.
James,
or some shit.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
No, right? Something worse than that, I think.
How much worse does it get than a fucking threat against your life?
You'll understand when I say it. So
Okay.
this teacher said, right, that she was gonna put a camera up in the classroom and have it pointed directly at me. And in her words, she was doing that because she wanted to watch me.
What the fuck?
Oh
I
my
know.
God. Your teacher is the Chinese government.
Well, like, fucking, my mum fucking, like, I told my mum about it, and she
like
fucking blew the roof.
Oh yeah, that's like
and
the
she fucking, like,
Mama Bear ripped the roof off the school shit.
yeah, well, she pulled out the fucking, like, oh, well, if the fucking genders were reversed, then, like, that would be really fucked up.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would be fucked up.
I once got a teacher fired.
Oh my god.
Wait,
did.
what?
Hold on.
I got a teacher fired.
Well, hold on.
No, I'm
yeah.
done. I'm
Oh,
done.
okay.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Well,
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was like, I don't know, it was like in middle school, and it was like one of my science teachers. He literally looked exactly like George Lopez, but a little bit fatter. But
I got this.
it was like I was like the biggest dick in the world in middle school, as we are.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I was just like causing issues for fun. And he was like, "You need to shut up." And I was like, "Make me." And he was like, "Come out with me in the hall." And then I went into the hall and he grabbed me by my shoulders and slammed me against the wall.
Oh my
Are you
God.
fucking
Yeah.
serious?
In all
And
fairness,
I
you
just
did
started
tell him to make you.
I know. But I just started sobbing. Like, I was fucking, like, full-on sobbing. Like, don't fucking do that, dude. And then after, he would just, like, went in the classroom, and I just, like, sat outside. And then I walked my happy ass to the fucking office, and I was like, this teacher put his hands on me.
I love to imagine if he, like, throws you up against the fucking, like, locker, and then he, like, goes back into the class. Now turn to page 29. Like,
That's literally how it was, like, dead ass. The dude was fired, like, the week later.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah. I'm not
that
surprised.
shit's
If he
not.
did that to me, I'd kill him.
We-
I'd fucking kill him.
It was me, things would be different.
I simply wouldn't have been in that situation.
No.
I
I had a teacher like straight fucking look at me and like call me stupid to my fucking face, and
Oh, yeah.
I-
You are.
well, it was like they
I was once called a gauntless pillock. by a
What?
they looked right.
Gauntless pillock. I don't know what this means to this day. It was during my international
Bro,
year.
what did you do to them?
I don't know.
They like fucking. They dug an insult out of like the 1800s. Like just you fucking.
And you gauntless pillock.
This is the reason why I'm going to school to be a teacher.
Are you?
Like,
So you
yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm in college.
so you can
now.
body
No,
slam students.
because I want to be a
You can hurl
good
them
fucking
down in
teacher.
the-
That's the fuck. She wants to fucking pick kids up and. What'd you say to me?
Because it's so common for you guys to have these horror stories.
Oh yeah.
And I don't want that shit anymore.
When I was in school though, like we fucking had these teachers who just did not give a shit in the slightest, and like, I mean, it's the balls on a lot of teachers is really shocking. Like we had this one teacher who just genuinely, clearly did not give a fuck. He would like scream at the top of his lungs at fucking students, and I mean, it was quote unquote okay because a lot of people liked him too, and so it, like, but you'd sit there and like there are kids who we had we have like a Facebook group that some of us fucking from when we graduated fucking you know, would be in or whatever, and or so like just other groups and whatnot. But someone mentioned like one day, like, do you remember when this teacher would scream? Yeah, I still jump when I hear a loud noise, and I'm like, fuck me. Like it's weird. Like when you get to that point, you just kind of, oh dude, Poke uploaded a new fucking video, Danganronpa. I might watch no.
End the podcast.
Talking about like teachers, I have like two small stories about teachers.
Yeah.
One teacher, they are not like as shocking as you guys, but one teacher accidentally taught me how to improvise shit.
What? Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean accidentally taught you to improvise?
So I had this French teacher, like French as a subject.
Yeah.
Because I live like comparably close to the French border, it was mandatory.
Yeah.
I don't know a word of French, by the way.
Oh, I can teach you. I know a very important word in French. I surrender.
No.
It's very funny. We joked about that when we were in fucking preschool.
Anyway. I've been making the same joke for as long as I can remember.
Anyway, this teacher, I really didn't like her.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't. She wasn't like as shocking as like your stories. Like she didn't fucking choke slam anybody or like, you know, gave
like
trauma.
RKO any fucking kid.
Or like gave traumas to people. But just like her style in classes was like, it was pretty much just homework and talking about homework. There was no in between.
So you beat the fuck out of us.
And the thing is,
I put a camera on her, started watching.
The thing is, I never gave a fuck about French, especially as when I got that teacher. When it was literally only homework and talking about homework, I really stopped giving a fuck about French, and I don't regret stopping to give a fuck about French. But let me talk.
Yeah.
She taught me improvisation skills to get out of awkward situations because I've never done homework, but she would always pick me for like fucking reading out the essay or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've done once was we had to write an essay of like 1 page or whatever in French about something. I forgot what it was. And she said, "Oh, Dingster, how about you read your essay?" And I just stood up, looked at my blank paper, and I improvised a whole fucking essay.
What?
French.
I've done that, yeah.
I improvised the whole essay in French.
Oh God. Yeah, fuck that.
That's impressive.
And I still got in trouble for it, and you know why?
Why?
Because I didn't look at my paper when I was reading it.
Wow, that's bullshit.
That is actual bullshit.
Yeah.
Damn,
And
what
the
a
other-
bitch, bro.
That was actually, she could have given me the pass, dude. Like, that was so impressive. Like, the whole class was just staring at me in awe because everybody knew me and everybody knew that I did not have that homework. But everyone just stared at me in
I've
awe.
never
So
done
I
a
was
piece of homework.
just looking at that teacher, like saying that whole essay without looking at my
Oh
paper.
yeah, when you fucking have like good teachers, it's almost like it's almost a godsend, right? But when you have like the one fucking teacher who's like, oh, you know what, Dink, you accidentally fucking left out a single comma. I guess that's an F. Like you're like, okay, all right, bitch. Like, fuck you, fuck this. Like, those are the teachers that I at least never got along with, and I just did not give a shit. Like, I would fucking have no problem telling a lot of them to like shut up, fuck off, be quiet, like, because I think students can only take so much shit, and I think that's why like we had a teacher who got fired for, and I quote, being too fun. And like, yeah, and so and the thing with it was, and I've I've talked about this on stream, and so I'm sorry to my fucking audience if you've heard these stories before, but so we had.
Don't have to apologize until we talk about TwitchCon for the 50th.
Yeah, so that my teacher went to TwitchCon. You know,
you know the one I didn't go to.
Yeah, you know, but yeah, that's why he got fired. He had too much fun at TwitchCon. But so we had this teacher who, it was the coolest fucking thing ever. I remember it like I remember his class vividly. I was in 5th grade, and I mean 5th grade is like a fucking pretty, I would say, substantial time in your life. You're fucking like figuring out, oh shit, you like girls. Oh shit, you like, you know, you this whatever the fuck.
Oh shit.
And so
I don't have time for women. I'm gaming.
Well, so he realized like, okay, like 5th graders to 6th grade, that's like the fucking hardest time for kids, because at that time they're genuinely figuring out who the fuck they are. And so his entire goal was, let these kids have another year being kids. And I think that was a really, really, really neat and like cool fundamental idea. And so in his class, he had a goal. And so what the goal was you have poker chips. And every single time you do something good or answer a question right or whatever, you get a poker chip. And that poker chip, like, was just a signifier for a point. So, you know, just like in regular poker chips, if you have 10 fucking piece of shit 1 coins, you'll get a 10. If you have 10 tens, you get 100, and so on and so forth. And so you would know which one was better because he would put these, like, interesting stars on them or whatever the fuck, whatever. And so every single day, or every single day, he would have prizes in the back of the classroom, and you could go in and exchange, let's say, 3 poker chips for a fucking what are they called? Like the moon bars? Is that what they're fucking called? Like moon pie. Thank you, moon pie. So you'd exchange like 3 of them for a moon pie, and then you had an option. 1, you could eat it. Or 2, you could shove it in his fucking face. Every fucking kid always chose to fucking shove it in his face.
The option about abusing food.
No, and so, but it was fucking cool because the thing with it was you were given an option. 1, you can eat a fucking moon pie, or 2, you can shove it in his fucking face and make a mess. Every single fucking kid chose to fucking make a mess. People would literally, it was the funniest shit I ever, like, we had it figured out in 5th grade. You would fucking sit there, you'd get one at the very end of class, he would stand by his door, and as you're fucking walking out, you just literally fucking shove a fucking moon pie in his face like you're giving his face a high five. And so and it was cool. And then he upgraded the prizes. Okay, instead of a fucking moon pie for 50 coins, I'll buy you a $60 game from Walmart. I'll buy you a $60 fucking game. I'll buy you whatever fucking game you want. Only stipulation is that it can't be fucking, if it's T, it has to be approved by your parents, and you cannot get an M game. I will not bring an M game into the school. So he would buy you a fucking game, anywhere from rated E to T. That's a shit ton of PlayStation games. PlayStation 2 games, all that shit. That's fucking
Mario Sunshine.
Motherfucker spent, I kid you fucking not. He probably spent upwards of $1,000 on those fucking kids. And he was the greatest fucking teacher ever. And he got fired halfway through the fucking school year. And he got fired for being too fun. And then his final words to us was, don't lose your kid, have fun. And then he left the fucking school. And it was the saddest fucking day ever. It was so fucking sad.
Tragic.
It was fucking.
These stories like scare the shit out of me. Though.
It was so fucking sad because he was like the greatest fucking, like we used to do a game where we would have our desks lined up and he would make supports for them and shit, and we would stand on the fucking desks like we were board game pieces. And we'd go around the room and we'd fucking play like Monopoly. But to move, instead of rolling, in order to move, you had to answer a question about the book that you had just read. And then you got the dice. And if you got 3 questions wrong, you went to jail. It was like the fucking coolest thing ever. It was fucking awesome. It was the coolest shit ever. He was the nicest fucking teacher. He got fired. It was bullshit. Like teachers get shafted here, and that's why I'm like, fuck teachers, fuck teachers, fuck the school system. Like a lot of it.
About cool teachers. We had a few very cool teachers.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I don't really have like my favorite teacher. I don't really have really stories about him, but he was the guy who convinced my parents, for example, to let me spend a year in New Zealand. Actually, he's actually the one suggesting it, spending a year in a foreign country, because I was a year younger back then than the others, and it did help me like fucking get into my actual age group, so I don't fucking graduate fucking high school with 17.
Yeah,
because graduating with 17 is fucking useless. But there was another story, and there's one time at school, one spare of time where teachers are the coolest people in the world, and that is those final weeks of school after the finals.
Oh, when they don't give a shit anymore and the curriculum's over.
When they don't give a shit anymore. So we had like a...
It's just glorified fucking babysitting at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Except they weren't even doing that. It was amazing.
My teachers would like watch movies, or some of them would like play games with us.
But let me tell my story.
Tell your story.
We had a physics trip for the whole day. Like the physics class was exempt from like all other classes at that day because of the trip. It was to Munich, the German museum.
Okay.
And the first person was drunk in the train to Munich.
I totally misheard you as the first person in the train was grunk. And I was like, grunk. I was like, fuck. I was like, grunk.
It wasn't grunk. He was drunk at like 10 a.m. He started getting drunk in the fucking train bar.
Yeah.
Then we went into the museum. We lost that guy at that point somewhere in Munich.
Yeah.
We just kept going because he's gonna return eventually, right? And what did the German museum have? They had a bar.
Oh my god.
What was next to the German museum? A supermarket. What did what did my classmate have with them? Fucking rum and coke. So where did we go with the teachers after the visit to the museum? Guess what? We went into a bar.
Oh my god.
Fucking job.
And you guys were how old?
It wasn't Bavaria. Most of us were 18.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, okay.
Yeah, but still, it was a fucking school trip.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
It was.
We were like 14.
It wasn't a bar.
That's what I'm like.
It wasn't a bar. It was a Bavarian beer garden we went to.
Okay.
So a bar.
So a bar. Yeah.
So it pretty much ended with that at the evening, the whole class, including the teacher, was absolutely shit-faced.
Oh my god.
We were just like fucking singing like fucking what's it called?
99 bottles of beer on the wall.
Yeah,
99
bad
bottles
music.
of beer. Okay.
Like
Schloisch.
traditional German pop songs in like that you usually like get drunk to in like Mallorca or at the Oktoberfest, like Oktoberfest music.
Yeah.
In the fucking middle of Munich, walking to the train station, just fucking singing those like loudly with the teacher.
God.
In the middle of the fucking third biggest German city.
That's
It was amazing.
Germany seems like a magical place.
Yeah, it does.
We should go there, and New Zealand.
Me and Ellen keep talking about eventually wanting to go to Japan. That's
What's
like
that?
Yeah, okay.
I'm not in Japan.
I don't like fucking anime in the slightest. I just think it'd be fun.
Racist.
But
you
yeah,
wanna-
yeah, it's
Michael
racist.
says this shit, but he turned on his camera by accident
Guys, you
earlier. You
wanna
can see
go
30
to,
different
like-
anime figures.
Yeah,
If you
and I just
wanna go
collect
to,
them
like-
because they're hot.
Michael,
True.
Michael, if you wanna go to an actually affordable place in East Asia
Yeah,
that and you don't care about anime, go to Taiwan, dude.
Taiwan.
Like
What's
I'm not
that?
Taiwan, that's like the the island south of Japan.
Okay.
It's pretty much just China, but non-communist China. It's pretty much no, literally, it's a democratic version of China because there used to be the Chinese Civil War between the nationalists and the communists. The communists won on the mainland, and the nationalists retreated to that island and hold it to this day.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much just a democratic and like free version of China.
Okay.
And it has a low cost of living, and it's pretty much just like Japan except less anime.
It'd be a lot of fun. I feel like we gotta plan our next like Team Chunk Era trip when this shit ends.
Amsterdam.
Would it be Amsterdam? Would we just all fucking decide to go to Amsterdam?
I would love to go to Amsterdam. The thing is with
You went a month ago.
yeah, but I can go whenever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
It's really not a big deal for me to go there. But I mean, we still have like our fundraisers, right? We got like most of the money back, so we could use what we got from the fundraisers for another Amsterdam trip.
Team Chunk Air in Japan.
It would
fun.
That would be fun.
That was what
because
me and
I
Ellen
don't
kept
know,
saying, but
The
it's so
thing is, I don't
expensive.
know if I could afford Japan. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Japan is something you go to when you have like a stable income, a stable job.
I would say, from what I know about my friends who live in Japan and my friends who visit,
yeah.
for like a week, you need like $2,000, but that's including like the flights.
Real. Well, but how small of a
Just
place?
Because like the J Rail pass is like $400. Like aside from like the like transit and everything, if you stay in like pod hotels or like you could even stay in like love hotels or something for like $20 a night.
Bow,
Yeah.
chicka, bow.
How many of us want to fucking sleep in a love hotel together?
You guys want to sleep in a
yes.
heart-shaped spinning love hotel
Yo,
bed?
we gotta,
Yeah.
we gotta get all the boys in there.
Yeah, hi.
We gotta tell Fit and Ends about this one.
Yeah, hi. I'm checking into the love hotel party of 10.
I finally have some new content for OnlyFans.
Oh no!
Yeah!
We just
Let's
make
go.
noises to make them think shit's going on.
Beefs
The
to
rea-
OnlyFans featuring
video
Mr.
game.
Bailey.
Yes!
Yeah, let's share a love bed together. B, fuck Mizuki, kick her out of the room.
I'll sleep outside the door. It's okay. I get it. I understand.
All right.
I'm glad that you
Heart-shaped bed is for the boys only.
I get it. I'll sleep in the bathtub. I understand. Okay. I know the boys need their room.
We definitely need
our
to
guide.
plan. We definitely need to plan the next trip. Like,
I would love
Are we still
that.
recording?
yeah, we're
Yeah, what's
we're-
the runtime,
Still
bro?
recording, yeah.
well, I mean, it's an hour, 30 minutes, but I mean, we're having fun. I mean, fuck it. I mean,
Yeah.
I totally forgot.
I
we were
want to go to
recording.
bed.
I wanna eat, bro.
I was gonna say bad words.
yeah.
But
no.
yeah,
You're
but
gonna say bad
like
words.
we should meet at some place again.
Yeah.
I honestly would go anywhere, and if it's fucking Tibet or whatever, I would still meet you guys in Tibet if I can.
It just sucks
You go to
because
Gary,
fucking everything, like, I'll say now, man, fucking seeing Wilbur, Philza, like, Tommy, all those guys
the worst
meet
shit.
up. It was like, how many of you guys fucking were mad seeing that? Like, just like the fucking, I wish, I
was not because I couldn't meet up with anyone, but because all you guys live in fucking
I know,
America.
like, That's what I mean.
I just thought Wilbur looked scrawnier than usual. And then I thought to myself, I'm Wilbur Soot, chuckled and moved on.
I had that fucking like immediate feeling of just like America needs to get this COVID shit like fit. Like we gotta fucking start being.
You guys notice how
smarter.
big Tommy's hands are for some reason? This is like 13. Why are his hands so big?
Okay. Speaking of it, does Tommy just look like he looks like a young Hugh Jackman, like Wolverine without the mutton chops?
I thought he looked more like he was just Wilbur's little brother.
No, he looks like Hugh Jackman just without mutton chops.
Wilbur was forced to
Hold
bring
on.
him around.
By the way, I'd like to just say to everybody listening to the podcast, if you heard a Discord alert, that was me, not you. So, sorry. If you're looking for that ghost alert, it was me.
Picture right here, he looks like fucking Mr. Bean, I swear to God.
Oh my god.
No.
Like albino Mr. Bean.
No, but
Yes. Every time I look at like the pictures that Wilbur is posting or Tommy are posting from their like meetup, Tommy's either pogging or having like a fucking Mr. Bean face.
They're so adorable though.
But what's that called whenever guys fucking have their mouth open in pictures?
The soy face.
The soy boy smile. It's the soy boy smile.
Soy face.
The beta male smile.
Michael kind of sounding like a soy Wojak right now.
No, fucking we definitely need to plan something for like the future though. Eventually,
yeah, we should. Can we wrap this episode? I need to.
I
want to go to fucking
bed.
I ordered food at the start of this episode and ate it while you guys were talking.
You guys
Yeah.
suck
An
dick.
hour and 30 minutes.
It's fun though. Fuck you.
We can still talk after. I just want to go
been playing video
eat.
games this whole time too.
Fine. You know what? We're gonna end the podcast right now, and then
Yeah, the channel's over.
and
the
then
group's over.
we're gonna start the
Easy,
podcast
man.
right back up 5 seconds after. Double upload.
Podcast part 2.
Episode 8.
All right.
Thanks, Dink.
Yeah. Episode 8. All
Wait,
right.
did I fucking lag out again?
Yeah.
What the
No.
fuck is this shit? You know what? Fuck it. I'm putting the server into Germany.
No, don't! Not right now!